Minecraft. Indie. Indie. Is that describing me? I am very independent in general, but today we're going to do something that's not quite as independent. We are going to be playing, for the first time in a long while, on the Mindcrack fan server. For those of you who don't know, this is a whitelist invite-only server. But yeah, there's some, I don't know, like 50 folks on it or something, and there was recently a map reset, and so this is my first time on the server, as the map has just been reset. I have a bit of rambling commentary, and yeah, I end the episode too early, and then I have more clips afterwards, but yeah, nevertheless, I hope you guys enjoy it. There isn't a whole lot of interaction with other folks in this particular episode, but I'm sure there's going to be tons of it in the future. I've actually spent a lot of hours on the fan server in the last couple of days, and so I expect that I'll put out some more episodes in the fan server, and we'll get a chance to go see some folks and see what people are building in the next week or two. So in any case, let's go ahead and get started. Hello! Welcome everyone. Where are we? This may not be familiar. And indeed, it's an unusual formation that we have over here. It's a pyramid intersecting a desert village. And this is not the coal seed. No, this is in fact the Mindcrack fan server. So for those of you who don't know or who haven't heard, otherwise, the Mindcrack fan server, of which I am a member, although I haven't done any recordings on the fan server in quite a while, felt kind of guilty about it, recently reset the map. And so basically, there were a whole bunch of people who, I think we have a weather condition now. Fortunately, we're in the desert, so it's not going to make us any noise that I have to try to talk over in terms of the rain. But the fan server, things had gotten a little slow on the fan server for a while. Feed the Beast had drawn some people away, and people just didn't have projects to work on together. And so the fan server decided it was going to do a map reset to kind of rejuvenate things, and I think it really has. I was on earlier today, and there were like 10 people online, and we still have 7 online right now. But I decided that I was going to do some recording. I've already spent a lot of time on the fan server. If you take a look, I've already got some good items over here. But basically yesterday, well, I guess let's try to do things in order. So the server was reset and started a new map this past weekend, and then unfortunately, very unfortunately and sadly, there was a chunk corruption bug, which is a long-standing, although very infrequent bug in Minecraft, where basically, ooh, Murph got Fortune 3. Nice. Oh, that's what he needs. So I just said nice for no good reason. I should pay a little bit more attention to the chat if I'm going to try to do that while I'm recording. Yeah, I haven't been able to get Fortune 3 either. I do have a Fortune 2 pick, and I have a Great Silk Touch pick. But I need to get 30 levels again and try to do that. In any case, as I was saying, the fan server suffered a chunk corruption bug over the weekend, and so a bunch of people had just started playing on the weekend, starting to get things started on the new server, and then there was this chunk corruption bug, and we had to back up the world and basically start over. And so a bunch of people lost a bunch of progress from that, and so that was very sad, and so I got on the fan server yesterday and did a live stream for about 7 hours, where I just went caving and gathered up a whole bunch of resources, and then brought them back to spawn so that people who wanted to get started again after they'd lost some progress over the weekend could try to make quicker starts. And so brought some iron and some diamonds and some redstone and various things to spawn to help some people out. Today is now, what is today? Wednesday. And so for the most part, I think people are getting back on their feet, those who've had a chance to log back in and get back on the kind of new and improved updated server that is no longer suffering from chunk corruption. And yeah, I was just doing some exploring this afternoon, and I found this village that was intersecting the pyramid, and I thought, A, it was an interesting formation, and B, I don't usually do any villager trading in exploration and tactics, because I think it's kind of a relatively uninteresting aspect of the game, and I prefer to get things on my own. But with the fan server right now, the Nether is not open for business yet, because people are going to do some building in the hub. The fan server, there's a lot more kind of organization on it than I think if you compare to like just the Mindcrack server or something in terms of the ways that people try to keep things organized and organize towns. There's actually a whole bunch of different towns on the fan server, each with a different theme. And so there's like a steampunk town and a medieval town. I don't think it'll be this episode, but in a future episode, we'll definitely go and kind of visit some of those. I put lights up here already, right? Yes, what time of day is it? We're still midday, and some of my trees have grown, so I might need to cut them down. Yeah, a bunch of different town themes. I think there's 7 different town themes, and so in a future episode, we'll actually go into the towns and start doing a little bit of a world tour and see what kinds of different things people are building in the various towns. But for right now, I enjoy just kind of the caving aspect of the game, and I was definitely trying to do lots of caving and exploring to get resources. And as I was just doing some exploring, and we're not too far out, we're about 1,000 or 1,300 blocks in each direction, I just happened to find this village, and I wanted to trade with the villagers. Yeah, I feel like I'm having a hard time managing to keep a thought in my head. I wanted to trade with the villagers because the nether's not open yet. In terms of the fan server organization, they're going to build out a little nether hub and creative that connects the various towns. And until people have had a chance to do that, no one's supposed to go exploring into the nether. And as a result, if there's no exploring in the nether, there's a number of things that you cannot get. The thing that I would really like for myself right now is Ender Eyes, the Eyes of Ender, so that I can make some Ender chests, because it's been a pain in the neck trying to cart inventory from place to place, as I've been bringing stuff out from the outskirts where I've been doing some mining and exploring and trying to bring it back to the spawn town. And so I thought it would be really handy to have an Ender chest, but in order to get Ender Eyes without going to the nether, that means that I am going to have to take advantage of villager trading. And so that is the reason that I am here. It is the case that a few things exciting have already happened before I started recording today. First off, you saw that there was a desert pyramid right here. When I first walked up to this area, I was like, oh wow, a desert pyramid, and it's right next to... I have one more door, right? Yeah, let's go ahead and stick a door right here. I'm trying to get the villagers to reproduce is the reason that I'm adding all these doors all around. And I've chosen this building, which I think is the biggest in terms of interior. It's kind of my own house, where I just dropped off some stuff. I don't have a ton of inventory on me, because I was just out here exploring, planning to do some caving or whatnot when I came across this. But yeah, when I first walked up to this area, there was the pyramid, and it was nighttime, and I was like, oh dear, I'm going to have to run in there and kill a bunch of zombies, and indeed, that is what I did. Oh my gosh, these guys are opening and shutting all the doors that I'm putting in. That's okay, we'll live with it. And so I'm killing a bunch of zombies, and all of a sudden I hear boom, 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 and it was an explosion from the pyramid, and so I guess a mob spawned down inside the darkness of the pyramid, and so unfortunately, the chests and all of the contents thereof inside the pyramid were lost, and so now there's just a big gaping hole at the bottom of the pyramid. Can't remember if I left it open to just take a quick peek. Yeah, you can't even see the bottom right now. I guess we're not getting a whole lot of light in. Is the top even open right now, or is there something? It might be the case that there's a house on top, and so I'm not getting any sunlight. Admittedly, we have a weather condition, which is making it darker than it would normally be, but I think possibly... Yes! So there's this house that's built on top of the pyramid, and so, like, this is a villager house, but here's the top of the pyramid, and so I think it's, like, right up here. So I wonder if we can get sunlight flowing back into the top of the pyramid if I climb up here somewhere. Not sure exactly where the top blocks of the pyramid are, though. It's really hard to tell the way these two structures are intersecting. There we go. Okay, and so if I open this up... Oh yeah, I see a zombie way down there. Now at least I have enough sunlight that I can kind of like see down into the bottom of the pyramid. Alright, let's not fall down there. I do have... I found a number of dungeons already on the server. I found, I think, like 7 dungeons. like 6 zombies and a spider, I think is what I found so far. I have them all written down. Been keeping the coordinates. Nothing with 2 dungeons next to each other. That would be good for a spawner. Yeah, but you can see how it all exploded under there. And it looks like the sun is setting. And so I think at this point what I need to do the most is just add some more torchlight all around the village and the pyramid to try to protect the villagers until we can get enough of them populated in here so that we get some iron golems to help protect the village. And so I'm going to do a little bit of this off camera. I'll probably keep the camera running in case anything too exciting happens. But then I'll bring you guys back in and we'll finally, after I feel like this area is safe, we'll go and talk to some of the villagers and see what kind of trades that they have going on and see if we can get any good trades. Especially for Ender Eyes. I know there's at least 1 priest in this village, and so perhaps we'll be able to get some Eyes of Ender so that I can finally make myself an Ender chest. Oh, right, cactuses. Villagers tend to impale themselves on these things, and so I should break up all the cactuses that are near the village in order to keep them safe. And I saw there's at least 1 guy who buys wheat. So I'm going to try to gather up a bunch of wheat from the farms in order to sell that to him and get some emeralds. Then we can start trying to trade with the priest over here. That seems to be the only good deal so far. I'm using some bone meal to accelerate some wheat. As you guys know, bone meal no longer instantly grows plants. It will grow them from some previous stage to some random stage forward, and so it often takes 2 or 3 pieces of bone meal in order to fully grow a piece of wheat. But I think that's a reasonable change for the game. Alright, I finally have enough I finally have enough wheat to make a trade with a villager for an emerald. And so I'm going to trade once and then see if he happens to get... Oh, it's different particles now. He's got little green particles like the bone meal in addition to the purple swirlies. And so I believe that means in a few seconds he will have a new trade available. Yep, wool as well. Okay, there might be sheep nearby. And then I don't know, I only have 1 emerald on me. I have a few more emeralds at home that I mined up from extreme hills. But yeah, we might have to do a bit of farming, and then I think you're the only priest. And what do you have going on right now? An iron chestplate to turn into a Thorns 1 Protection 2 chestplate. Sadly, I'm not wearing an iron chestplate. I decided to use the blast protection book I had to give myself a blast protection diamond chestplate. So that's another thing we'll have to work on. Uh-oh. The zombie has seen the villagers. Not sure where you came from. It looked like you were coming from over here somewhere. But I managed to cut him off. But it looks like we're going to manage to survive another night. So that's great. And now the villager population will finally start to increase. I built a nice little housing complex over here with another 10 doors or so. For those of you who don't know, the number of doors in the village controls how the villagers try to populate it. The more doors there are, there's some other like technical qualifications, but basically the more doors there are in buildings, the more the villagers are going to spawn and populate. And so, let's make another cut and see how far along I can get. Alright, I built some very low-income housing over here that is mostly made of sand, but as a result, we have a lot more villagers moving in, a lot more villagers with little hearts animations. Here's some guys going at it right now, and so I think it's time for me to probably start running around and checking some of the villager trades again. And I guess it takes them a while to make a villager. I'm not sure that I've ever watched this happen before. Voyeurism. Oh, and the sun is going down, so I need to be prepared for another zombie attack. Are you the new guy? I didn't even notice. Alright, I'm going to run around and check a number of their trades and see if there's anything good that I can do here to kind of speed things along in the emerald business. Uh-oh, more zombies somewhere. Where are they? Hello, zombies. I see it. There they are. Alright. Get out of here, guy. You are not welcome. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Phew. Alright, I think I picked up a door that they broke off somewhere. Guess it was right here. Yeah, I expect that's going to happen most every night over the next few nights. And I'm not sure if because that was a zombie villager, I'm not sure if they got one already. I should probably add more lighting over in this area, because it's not particularly well lit right on the edge of the village over here. Oh no, I see more zombies attacking. It's just about to turn dawn. Oh dear, they're chasing some guys around. Get out of there, zombie. Oops. It's trying to do that. Alright. And he dropped a door, and so I'm not sure where that door came from, because both of these doors are still standing. Alright, all the villagers are hopping out again. Man, it's like a full-time job trying to protect these guys, at least until an iron golem gets into town. Aha! I was just exploring around the village, and I heard a bunch of zombie noises, and now I see cobblestones, so you know what that means. Got a little lag spike there. Hello, zombies! We found a zombie dungeon. Neat. Can you guys get up here? I think probably not. Oh, you were pathfinding somewhere over to me, maybe. Is there a way over here? Where are you guys going? You're definitely looking for a place to come get me. And I don't know how many zombies are already here. Okay, now they're all coming my way. This is one place where the zombie hoarding actually works in your favor, kind of. Interesting. If I walk a step over to the right, they all start going a different way. And if I'm over here where they can see me, then they come over this way. Don't quite know all of their AI pathfinding. Wow, you just spawned with a sword right in your hand. Alright. What all is going on there? I think we are reasonably safe for the moment. Alright, and so let's see what we've won. Feather falling 1. I don't really need that, but someone might like that. Alright, I'll take this stuff and mine up the cobblestone and see you guys in a moment. Alright, well I found a priest who sells glowstone, and so I just bought some glowstone, and now he has a new trade, which is not quite as good for me. Still trying to see if I can get a librarian who wants to buy all the paper, since that's the easiest thing I have going. But in any case, I have glowstone. Possibly no one else on the server does have any of that yet, so that's... I don't know. Na-na-na-na-na. Continuing on. Alright, I just heard a zombie. I also just realized that there's this little section of the pyramid here that's not lit up. And, oh yeah, I never lit up the inside of the pyramid. At least this top level. So that's another place that zombies might be spawning a little too close for comfort with the village. So we'll put some more lights out here. And, yeah, this level's lit up. But I think for the most part, I've got kind of the center area of the village very well lit now. So hopefully we'll be protected. Other than zombie sieges, which I still don't know much about the mechanics of. If anyone knows kind of all the fine details of how zombie sieges work, I would be curious to know. I'm a little worried that the villagers are disappearing. There's 5 or 6 of them in here. But then no one's living in here. Is there a hole somewhere that they're falling into? Or are they potentially breeding underground somewhere? That would be a real problem. Oops. But I don't see them in any of the other houses, and there were like 20 villagers, I thought. And now I only saw like 6 or 7 in here. So I might have to do some detective work to make sure that there's not something horrible happening here. Wish me luck. Okay, look at this. There's an iron golem here. So that's good news. The bad news is there's an iron golem here, and I only see like 8 or 10 villagers. And so I'm worried that I have a villager cell where they might be breeding somewhere nearby. Oh, there's another villager in here, baby villager, that I'm not aware of, and I just want to make sure that they don't turn into like a super I've seen crazy things happen where the villagers just keep breeding and breeding and breeding, and so I want to make sure that that doesn't happen, because I don't want to be responsible for bringing down the server. Yeah, we'll see what happens over time here. Alright, it's daytime, and I just want to get a sense of how many villagers there actually are in this place. And there are a bunch more babies over here. But let's see. It only looks like there's like, I don't know, 10 villagers in here or something? Yeah, something seems potentially wrong. You're a librarian, and I actually have stuff to trade with you. So I'm going to go ahead and do a trade, just in the hopes that you might switch to wanting to buy some paper. So let's see what you do. Your new trade is... Yes, you want to buy paper. Great. I want to sell you paper. Alright, got those emeralds back, and now I get another trade. But now, you will probably continue buying paper for a little while. And paper is easy for me to make. Alright, I don't need to buy a clock. But at least I have another way that I can get some more emeralds. So I guess I'll do some reed harvesting, and I'll continue to keep my eye out for if there's a hole in the ground somewhere where all these villagers might be. If we get a second iron golem, then I'll know that something's wrong. And I'll probably get some people to come visit me. Possibly I'll tear down the doors and see what we can do to find what's gone wrong here. Okay, I wasn't having luck with the villager trades, so I think maybe I'm going to need to trade some diamond gear with some of the priests or something. And so I have traveled back now to my little outpost, and so since I'm over here, I guess I could go ahead and show that off as well. Here it is. Basically, what do we have? We've got reed farms, we've got a wheat farm, we've got some watermelons growing, we've got a little chicken farm down here, and then got a cow pen over here. It's pretty ugly to look at, honestly, but it's been functional for getting stuff around. And then meanwhile, down in here, this is kind of my little base. And so here's a bed that I'm going to go ahead and sleep in, because I'm going to stay around here for a short bit and reset my spawn. But yeah, here is kind of some of the gear that I have got at this point. I've farmed up a lot of stuff. Here is some of the special stuff in redstone that I still have. And so I'm definitely going to bring back some iron and diamonds back over to that base, as well as kind of the various supplies I have that I might be able to trade with the villagers, like all of this sugarcane that we can turn into paper. And so, yeah, I'll do a migration over there, and I'm not sure how much footage we have at this point, so perhaps we'll have to pick back up next time with more from that. In any case, I hope you guys are having a great day. So I've been working on this priest after going back home and getting lots of paper to make some more trades. And so I made an enchanted axe, and now he wants a sword. And so I'll get this crazy sword just to see what his next trade is going to be. But I'm hoping eventually we'll get one of these priests who's going to give me ender eyes. I'm pretty sure it's the priests who give you ender eyes. I maybe should have looked on the chart on the wiki before I actually got started with all of this, but oh well. Hey, there we go! 7 to make an ender eye. Alright, so that is the trade I want, so I just need to get more emeralds. So I am totally going to do that. Found another guy who trades paper, so let's go ahead and exhaust him of his desire to do this trade. Do. Oh, and I think that was it. So I think he doesn't want to do that trade anymore, but I now have 14 emeralds. And so I think that means I can now afford 2 emerald eyes. Yes, or eyes of ender. And so I'm going to do that because now I can go grab some obsidian and make myself 2 ender chests. But let's see, did you get a new trade? You did. It's for a clock. That's not very helpful. And how about you? Did you get a new trade? He did, for experience bottles. Alright, so that is cool. But I have accomplished my goal in this particular village, so that is super happy. So I think I'm going to head back home where I have some obsidian and make some ender chests. Alright, I'm up to level 30. And so it's time to try another enchant on a diamond pick. Efficiency 4, Unbreaking 3, Fortune 3. Hooray! That is the pick that I wanted. And so that is super cool. Alright, and that means I can give away this Unbreaking Fortune pick to someone else. Fantastic.